The Guild is Maximum Lawyers' community of legal entrepreneurs who are taking their businesses and lives to the next level. As a Guild member, you'll build relationships, be held accountable, and learn strategies specifically designed to get you unstuck and accelerate your plan for growth. Members are also granted exclusive access to masterminds hosted around the country. Our next event is coming up, and we're heading to Scottsdale, Arizona. There's something truly magical about the power of these in-person connections where real-time breakthroughs happen. Picture this. You're surrounded by like-minded law firm owners tackling your business and mindset challenges together. The energy is electric, the insights are transformative, and the results are game-changing. Investing in yourself is the best decision you'll ever make. The knowledge, strategies, and breakthroughs you'll gain are priceless assets that will supercharge your practice and propel you forward. Join the Guild and secure your ticket to Scottsdale at the best possible price by visiting MaxLawEvents.com.
Run your law firm the right way. This is the Maximum Lawyer Podcast. Your hosts, Jim Hacking and Tyson Mutrux. Let's partner up and maximize your firm. Welcome to the show.
Welcome back to the Maximum Lawyer Podcast. Tyson Mutrux. Got Gary 483 Burger. What does that mean?
Do you remember the last time you were given a trophy at a Max Law conference?
I do. It's up there. People can't see it, but
what's your number, Tyson? You know it. What is it?
280. So I'm way back.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm way back. So you've got me beat on Google reviews. It's funny. I think you and I woke up the other giants in St. Louis. I think that they saw what we were doing. Like, oh my gosh, I got to get our butts together. So we're not here to talk about me though. We're here to talk about you. Yeah, you got a lot of Google reviews. Fantastic. If you're watching or listening to this, give me a few Google reviews so I can beat Gary, so I can get above him. But we're going to talk about MaxLawCon, and your topic is, I love it. It's fantastic. Running a firm while getting a $113 million verdict. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, so we about 2.5 years ago, I got a 9-figure verdict in a class action case that I had and worked for years and years. And it's very interesting, as you know, and whenever, and you've gotten big results too. When you get big results, you just it's interesting that the tension between getting big results versus running the day to day. Because the way I find that you succeed in this business is singles and doubles, getting those hits, not hitting home runs every day.
Yeah, and we put that number in there intentionally, but I do think that sometimes people get caught up too much on those numbers, like and getting that publicity. So is that something that you're going to talk a lot about? Because you talk about the singles and the doubles and everything, but are you going to talk a little bit about getting away from that desire to get that big number?
Yeah, you know how much of that I've collected?
I don't know.
0. About 3 weeks ago, it had marked the year anniversary since I argued the case to the Missouri Supreme Court. We won in the trial court. We won in the Court of Appeals. It's in front of the Missouri Supreme Court. It's a big case, unique legal issues. Spent a lot of time doing it. But at the same time, and we can get in the weeds on the legal issues and stuff and that. But what you've taught me and what we talk about at Max Law is how to run a business too. So how do you run a business while you're managing that? I mean, I'm managing a huge class action, 15,000 people trying the case, battling the big boys. But at the same time, I got to run my firm. I got to market my firm. I got to get little Google reviews like we joked about to start. And I also try and litigate other types of complex med mal. But I also do straight autos, slip and falls, that kind of stuff too. So not everything is headline worthy or those type of big verdicts. And when you have a longer view of a career in law, and I'm getting a little bit older now, you don't get too high on the highs or too low on the lows. It's and that's part of what I'm there to talk about that. But it's interesting too, but also on the business point of view, don't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone. Find those cool cases, find those unique opportunities. When they start a law firm, who sits there and says, hey, I'm going to do a class action case with thousands of corrections officers about being paid for pre and post shift activity? Said no one ever, right? So it's keeping the eye out, environmentally scanning for those cases and those opportunities when they come.
So I mean, I've always looked up to you, and you're able to be a good lawyer. I mean, you are known as a good lawyer, but you also run a good business. And you've had a law partner and all that, and you've gone through all that. I mean, how do you give us a little tease? Because I know you're going to get into this during the presentation, so don't give us all of it, but give us a little tease as to how you're able to manage all of that, because that's a lot.
So as the Grateful Dead say, too much of everything is just enough, right? So unfortunately for me, I have 3 jobs. I'm a trial lawyer. I also run my firm, and I also market my firm. So I just do it all the time. Right now, I am on this thing with marketing with you. I'm just editing a brief right now, finding a 20-page brief in something, talking to my SEO people. You just doing everything at one at a time. So you just, in my view is, and I've talked about this at Max Lawyer, and you've talked about on your podcast, is you surrender to the idea that you just got to run your business like everybody runs their business. Everybody, whether you're a carpenter or you run a car wash or you sell widgets, whatever you do, don't be too, even though I'm dressed fancy and have a nice coat, don't be too proud or too highfalutin. Keep your modesty. Just sit and run your business and do it. And you don't have to hit home runs every day like the 9-figure verdict. You just do little marketing. I do things like, if it's a Friday and I haven't done marketing this week, I sit down and I write a blog. I do something. I make a video. You just do a little bit every day. Just like you're working your big cases every day. The hardest cases to work are the big cases because there's not something immediate right there. You got to push that. You got to make that law. You got to make it happen. You got to make your marketing happen. You got to find out stuff even though you have systems in your firm to make it and run it, you always got to tweak them. I literally got done with an email just now because even though I had meetings in January and February, and I'm going to overshare a little bit, my intake people aren't talking to my marketing people that well. And I figured it out literally earlier today. I was on the phone with my marketing people. I redid it and sent an email, and we're having a meeting on Thursday. So always doing all of this stuff. I wish it was easier. I wish you could sit back and let it all happen. But unless you make it happen, it ain't gonna.
So I've got 3 questions. One of them you sort of set me up for. Who dresses you? Because you always dress really nice.
So hold on. Here's my, this is my shout out to Jim Hackey. Here's my Zoom sweatpants and my socks and my Birks. So
disgusting.
There you go. Party on the top. And then I also have shaved. I had a big beard. I had hair down to here like 3 weeks ago. So I totally did the Corona. I dress myself, but sometimes I hit it and sometimes I look terrible.
I take what it is. Every nice thing I said about you when it comes to dressing nice whenever I saw the socks. That's just it's not okay. Not okay.
Yeah.
Second to last question is, how do people get in touch with you if they want to ask you about either the law or running a business, whatever it might be?
But Gary at burgerlaw.com, go to burgerlaw.com, review me. A lot of you folks have because I do, but seriously, and on my website, I do a lot of teaching. I do CLEs. I'm here to spread the knowledge. I'm here to lift all boats, just like you and Jim Tyson.
Yeah, if you have a big trucking case, though, send it my way, not Gary.
Nope, I just crushed a trucking case last week for $2.5 million in your backyard. No offense, out of Camden County. Big. I don't want to talk about it any more than that. But look, no, I do a lot of trucking. Do it everywhere. You do a great job too. But they're great cases.
For sure. It looks like someone says they love you. It doesn't show me who it is, but someone's got some love for you, so that's great. And the last question is, what are you looking forward to when it comes to MaxLawCon 2021?
I'm looking to reconnect with a lot of old friends. We've had Corona. We've taken a year off. There's a lot of activity on the Facebook group and in these things. You guys are doing an amazing job. I'm looking to see people learn stuff. Here are the dynamic speakers that we're going to have, and hopefully have a room big enough for the egos.
Oh, yeah. Love it. That's for sure. All right, man. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well.
Thanks, man. Peace. Be good.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to the Maximum Lawyer Podcast. To stay in contact with your host and to access more content, go to MaximumLawyer.com. Have a great week and catch you next time.